Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Lord of the Flies by William Golding. The main themes are morality, leadership, and the tension between civility and chaos. The important characters are Ralph, Jack Meridew, Simon, Piggy, Roger, Sam and Eric, they are twins, the officer. Now, this Lord of the Flies was the first debut, that is, debut novel of William Golding. William Golding is a British author. The book was published in 1954, and the plot of the novel concerns a group of prepubescent, that is, not small children, not a grown up adult, it is that teenage age British boys. And these boys were stranded on an uninhabited, that is, no human beings will be there in that island, and in that place they made disastrous attempts to take care of themselves and also to lead a good life there. But what actually happens is slowly they lost all the humanity and they literally became like savages. And the story goes like this. It was that wartime evacuation, and at that time a British aeroplane crashed on an isolated island, that is, no one was living there. And in that plane many people were there, but the only people who survived were boys in the pre-adolescence, not adults, not babies that age. Among them there was a fair-haired boy, his name is Ralph, and another fat boy, we don't know what his real name is, everyone calls him Piggy. Now this Ralph and Piggy, they found a conch shell. Through that, if you blow air means it will give a very good loud noise. Now Ralph uses this conch shell as a horn, and hearing that sound, all the other survivors, whoever were there, they came and they gathered near him, and immediately he literally became like the chief, and other boys also accepted his leadership. Now Ralph told them that they have only three goals. One is, till how long we are going to be here, we shall have some fun so that we will keep our mind pleasant. Main goal is we have to survive, that is, we have to live. That time only, if any ship or anyone comes this side, they will see us and they will save us. Till then we have to live. And another thing is, in order to make others to notice them, they decided to produce a smoke which will be like a signal to the passing ship. So the passing ship will see that, and they will see the alert and come and they will save them. And Ralph calls a red-haired boy whose name is Jack, and a quiet boy named Simon. And they use, Piggy is wearing glasses, so they collect all this dried leaves and twigs and all that, and they'll keep it in one place. And if they show Piggy's glasses, because Piggy had very weak eyesight, through that the sunlight will pass and that will create fire. This is an age old before civilization, man used to use this method, rubbing stones and all that to create fire, and this is one method of bringing fire. And naturally when fire comes, there will be smoke and people will notice that, and that will save them. And what happened is, as days went, the boys became lazy and they did not follow what Ralph did. Ralph made all the efforts to improve their life in the island, but no one listened, like they didn't take it very serious. And time came when they started believing about an imaginary monster whom they called as Beast. And Ralph kept on telling them that there's no such beast there in the island and all that. But Jack becomes popular because he says, no, definitely there's a beast here, and I will go and I will kill it. I will kill that monster. And at one time, what happens is, Jack even takes the boys and they go and hunt a wild pig. And when he's going to hunt this wild pig, he calls all the boys, including the boys who were in charge for keeping this smoke. That is, they have to keep on seeing whether the fire is there and the smoke is coming out of it. And once the smoke subdues, they'll have to again gather some more leaves and twigs and all that and create fire, and therefore the smoke will be continuously coming. Now when they went for hunting, the smoke signal went out, and that time only a ship went passing that island. But because there was no smoke, the ship did not notice, and Ralph gets very angry and he asks Jack why he is doing all this. And in fact, he tries to use his leadership to go a bit further, but Piggy says, no, don't do it, it will only create a friction among ourselves. And one night, what happens is an air battle occurs near the island, and in that, a body of a fighter pilot falls down in that island in a parachute. Now, the 10 boys, the Sam and Eric are twins. They see the dead body of the pilot and they think that this is the beast, and they get scared. But when Ralph and Jack they go and investigate, and they take also Roger along with them, these boys they get scared and they just run away. And Jack tries to turn the others against Ralph using this opportunity, and he forms his own group of boys, and he goes off separately, saying that they are his followers and he is their leader. And slowly from Ralph, one boy is going and joining along with Jack. And Jack and his followers, what they do is they decide, like how we are offering for God, like that we will offer for the beast also. So they cut the pig's head, and they keep it on top of a sharpened stick. So that will be an offering for the beast. And since it's a dead pig and the head is cut and all that, flies all come and they sit fully on top of the pig's head. And Simon, he doesn't talk much with others, but he goes into the forest alone, and when he is alone, he keeps on talking within himself, and he creates an imaginary dialogue with the head. And actually he calls the head, the pig's head, which is filled with all those flies and all that, as the lord of the flies. And he imagines that the head is telling him so many things, and he thinks that the head is telling him that there is no beast in the island, meaning there is no beast in the island, and the real beast is in the boys themselves. And also predicts that definitely others will turn on Simon. And that night, Ralph and Piggy they go to Jack's tribe, and they find that all the boys in Jack's tribe have painted their face, and they were also dancing that ritual dances. And when Simon realizes that the beast whom they were talking about was only a dead pilot, he runs to tell to Jack's tribe that what they thought was wrong, and there is no beast in this place, and that was only a dead pilot. These already scared boys, including Ralph and Piggy, they think that Simon is the beast who's coming towards them, and they kill him without even seeing who he is. And later only they realize that they have killed Simon. Now Jack and his tribe, they steal off Piggy's glasses. Because only using his glass they can create fire, and only when they see the fire or the smoke, someone can come and save them. Now Ralph goes to Jack's camp with Piggy, Sam and Eric to talk to Jack and get back the glasses. But what happens is Roger he throws a big boulder, and that boulder kills Piggy and also breaks the conch in the process. They were using the conch to like a horn to make others to gather around him when there's something to tell to everyone. But somehow Ralph manages to escape. But Sam and Eric they are caught by Jack's tribe, and they are made to join Jack's team. And that night Ralph secretly goes and meets Sam and Eric, and they warn Ralph that Jack is actually planning to hunt Ralph. And the next morning Jack's tribe sets fire to the forest because using that Piggy's glasses they try to create fire, but the whole forest sets into fire. And Ralph narrowly escapes the boys and the fire, and while running he comes and dashes on a adult. And this adult is a uniform adult, that is he is a British naval officer, and seeing the fire he has come to the island to see why the fire was caused. Now Jack and the remaining boys, the moment they see an adult, they come back to their original age and they start crying over the end of innocence. And the officer then expresses his disappointment at seeing the boys exhibiting such feral and warlike behavior, and then turns moved and a little embarrassed to stare at his cruiser waiting offshore, and he saves the boys and he brings back them. And this is the story. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.